filled up my gas tank, got back in my car, and drove away. 10 minutes later, my gas gauge dropped straight to empty and my engine died. Someone had crawled under my car while I was inside that gas station, and I think they've been watching me the whole time. I live out in Burke County, North Carolina. Rural, quiet, the kind of place where nothing much happens. I own a plot of land with my husband. I work a rotating schedule, days and nights both. This particular night, I was heading home after a night shift, so we're talking around 3 a.m. My phone was nearly dead, I was exhausted, and I just wanted food and my bed. I stopped at a gas station and input in $10 of gas, grabbed a packaged sandwich, and ate it inside the little cafe area. While I was sitting there, I noticed a man watching me, just standing there, eyeing me, yet not buying anything. Eventually, he walked out without a word. Weird, but I brushed it off. I went back outside, finished filling up, and got on the road. These roads out here are dark and winding at night, so I was taking it slow. Then out of nowhere, the gas needle just dropped. Straight to E. The low fuel warning beeped. I'd literally just filled up. I pulled over and restarted the car, thinking it was a glitch. Needle still on E. I tried driving again. The engine died. I started having a panic attack. I called my husband immediately. Thank God he picked up. I'm telling him I don't understand how I ran out of gas, and as I stepped out of the car, I smelled it. Gasoline. Strong. My husband went quiet and then said slowly, "It sounds like you have a leak." He told me he was on his way and would call roadside assistance. And that's when I heard it. A car approaching with no headlights on. It slowed down and stopped not far behind me. I told my husband about the man from the gas station. His tone changed completely. He said, "Yes, it's possible he cut your fuel line." I didn't fully understand what that meant technically, but I understood what it meant for me. I needed to run. I killed my headlights, locked my car, and bolted into the dark toward the nearest house I could find. Long driveway, all the lights off inside. I rang the bell over and over. Eventually a light came on. A man in his 60s opened the door, clearly just woken up. I was in my nurse scrubs, visibly terrified. I told him I needed to come inside, that I thought someone was following me, and that I desperately needed to charge my phone. He looked me over and let me in, and he went to get me a charger and offered me a glass of water. I sat down in the living room trying to pull myself together. And then I noticed a mirror on the wall. One of those big decorative ones that gave a clear line of sight straight into the kitchen. I watched his reflection as he filled a glass at the sink. Then I watched him drop something into it. He moved out of view, but the faucet kept running for another 30 seconds before he finally shut it off. He came back into the living room, handed me the glass, sat down across from me, and just stared at me. My whole body went cold. He went upstairs to look for a charger. I was down to 1% battery. I used that last sliver to text my husband my exact location, just in case. When the man came back downstairs and told me he only had Android chargers, I stood up and walked straight to the front door without a word and ran. I didn't look back. I crept along the tree line beside the road, phone dead, completely alone. I just waited. And eventually, I saw my husband's headlights coming down the road. I ran out, waving my arms, getting into that truck and seeing his face. I completely broke down. When we got back to my car, the vehicle that had been parked behind me was gone, but my rear window was shattered. Someone had gotten into the back seat. and my car battery was now dead on top of everything else. My husband wanted to go straight back to that man's house. I talked him down. We waited for the tow truck instead. The next day, the dealership confirmed it, and my fuel line had been cut, completely severed. I took the next few days off work. I needed them. The idea that in a single night and two separate men in two separate locations had potentially tried to make me a victim. I couldn't wrap my head around it. I still can't fully.